Hello everyone and welcome back to What Remains of Edith Finch. At the ending of last episode, we learned a whole lot about Walter right here. We learned a whole lot about Edith's family in general. And it was a big bombshell on the Walter thing. Bomb shelter on the Walter thing, I should say. We found out that Walter had been living underground for 30 years after Barbara died in this like fallout shelter looking thing. And now we're gonna see what happens when Edith goes down here. And actually, now that I look down here, I'm sure my mom was trying to protect me. Now that I look down here, if you take a look here, Edith looks pretty pregnant. And I'm not just trying to be mean either. Like, she is showing signs of it outside of just her belly popping out there too. Because when I was playing through this again, because I had to play through all the way up to this point again, there was something that I realized when I was playing through the game. Can I like go down here, by the way, or do I gotta go down like this? Here we go. One thing is her grunting. She grunts a lot when she's moving around here. More so than your—
She was afraid I'd end up like Walter.
Maybe. More so than your average person. Like, she grunts—
But if she never told me about an uncle under the house.
Okay, I'm just gonna let her talk here. But my point is that she grunts way more than the average human does to do some tasks. And then also, as I was replaying through this is the bigger hint, if you ask me. When she was crawling through Barbara's little area, like next to the wine cabinet, she said, "I'm sure this area was made for smaller hands and bellies," which is a really odd comment to make. I mean, I guess she could be overweight and
I
has—
can only imagine what else she was hiding.
And have chicken legs, but she looks pretty preggers to me. So, that's enough of me talking right now. I'm gonna let her do her thing.
I don't want to make the same mistakes she made.
And see what's up here. But I would not be surprised if she's pregnant. So let's see what's down here, man. Now,
Trying to bury something that's still alive.
This is where Walter was. Hopefully a train doesn't brick me like it did for Walter. So it's nighttime now, huh? Oh, nighttime came quick.
Now that there's only one of us left. Or maybe two.
See? See? There, another pregnant comment.
I thought it was time I heard the stories for myself.
Now, granted, you could say that she was, like, kind of putting a dig at her mom right there, saying, like, well, who knows? Maybe there's another Walter I don't know about. I don't think so.
And found out what happened to everyone else.
Yeah, let's find out, man.
But now I'm worried the stories themselves might be the problem. Maybe we believed so much in a family curse. We made it real.
What? Oh no. Wait a second. There's no train coming this way. And this is how Walter got killed. Was from this way, wasn't it? Maybe he was walking the other way, but either way, the train wouldn't be going this way, would it? It wouldn't make sense. Unless it all broke down after this, but why did Walter die? What?
I don't know if I should even be writing this.
And now, depending on who's writing this, I think it changes. Because there's a point where Edith is the narrator, and there's also a point where the mom is kind of pseudo-narrating with her journal. I believe.
Maybe it'd be better if all this just died with me.
Yeah. I think this is the mom talking.
But I thought you should know about your family.
That's another thing I picked up on when I redid it. When I redid my gameplay here, was that there's a lot of stuff that is in that journal we aren't necessarily aware of.
And the history you're a part of.
What's over this way? I could go back up. Is there anything else over here, though? And I'm trying to, like, hit as many things as I can as I play through this, but I don't think I'm able to go in the water. Look at this house, though.
Though to be honest, I feel as lost as you probably do right now. I think the people in these stories believed them, for what that's worth.
What? Should I go up there? Maybe. Let me go over here real quick, though. Again, I want to explore things and try not to miss anything, you know what I mean? But this just seems to light up over this way. Unless I'm missing something with the big old frickin' tiki totem here. I don't think that's actually a Hawaiian-looking thing at all. It's more like a Native American thing, if I got a good look at it on from the other side. I could be wrong. But, one thing that you may be wondering, like, why I keep talking about how I redid my save. It's because I reinstalled Windows yesterday and I lost everything. So that's the reason why I was able to, like, go back and analyze some of these things. And from here up forward, though, I don't know anything. Like, right when I started this video, that's where I just came back to where my other playthrough was, so. Still all really fresh for me. Trying to figure out what's going on here.
And when you look at the house, that history of imagination and stubbornness and madness, any of it seems possible.
Which way do we go here, team? Could I go forward if I wanted to? Doesn't look like it.
I think we've been surrounded by death for so long, we've just gotten used to it.
Can I take you with me? No.
What kind of family finishes building a cemetery before starting the house?
Wait a second. Are we going to a cemetery? Oh.
It's embarrassing for me to admit this, but the pet cemetery made me more uncomfortable than the human one. 3 of the gerbils were mine, and 2 had been my fault.
One of them's named Daisy. Oh, don't get that out of here. Derpy and Derpy Jr. Burpy, Derpy, Derpy Jr., Chirpy, Furpy, Lurpy, and Zerpy. Wait, where's Molly? Wasn't Molly one of the cats that they got? Maybe that was Molly still alive out there. Unless she's over here. No, these are the people. Wait a second. She's gotta be somewhere. A lot of dead pets here, though. Yeah, where's Molly? Maybe that was Molly. When we opened the door and saw the cat.
Sven built the house, but it was Edie who designed the cemetery.
Interesting choice on her. She kind of is like the history book, if you ask me. She's the one who stayed around the longest, caught on the most things, and... Now... There's more.
I'm sure Odin's monument had been Edie's idea. My mom was always trying to move on, but for Edie, the past never went away. She could see it poking out of the water at low tide.
Let's go look at it.
Edie said she dreamed about the old house every night.
It's the old house that washed away, I'm guessing. Anywhere else I could look if I go in there? It won't let me. So then what? There's no more to go down here. We gotta go back.
Edie's side was always easier for me to understand. But the older I get, the more I can see where my mom was coming from.
Oh, I didn't even see these.
Her dad had been pretty strict, but it wasn't enough to save her brothers. She was just trying to do better.
I hate cemeteries. I hate them so bad. I lived next to one for like an entire year and it didn't
She
like...
lost 2 of her brothers, just like I did. I get why she tried so hard to protect us.
It didn't make it any easier living next to him. We need to learn about Milton, that's for sure. Sanjay? Hey, who's Sanjay? And Lewis. Let's see what this is all about. Painter here, huh?
We never found Milton's body, so my mom insisted we were putting up a monument, not a tombstone.
Maybe that could be what she meant by maybe 2 of us, because Milton might not be dead. I don't know. When she says maybe 2 of us, it could go a lot of ways. It could be baby comment, it could be Milton, and it could also be a jab at the mom saying that there could be someone here that we don't know about. I don't know. But wait a second. How was this?
There's so many things I wish I could ask my mom now. Part of me thinks this is what she wanted all along. For me to come back someday and find everything out for myself. But looking back on it now, if she told me there was going to be so much climbing, I never would have come when I was 22 weeks pregnant.
There it is. There it is. And what's interesting is she's 17. That's another detail I missed. I forgot that she was 17. I was like, oh, maybe she's 18 now. She's 17. I caught that when I was replaying through the game as well. Where do we go here? I mean, I don't want to step into that, do I? Maybe I do? Don't look like I'd wanna. There's a ladder right here. Here we go.
I never met Grandpa Sam, but I think he and my mom had a lot in common. They were both pretty intense. Sam spent his life shooting photos, but Mom said he got nervous being in front of the camera. I guess we're all afraid of something.
Interesting. So yeah, he was an army dude, right? The impression I get out of this guy is he's like the most stereotypical America that we're gonna get out of this video game. Army dude, loves to hunt. Probably loved fishing. Yeah, he was a Marine. Okay. Interesting. Now, we've already read a letter from Sam, but it's from when he was like a child. This is adult Sam here, huh? What's that?
Dawn, I promise, you'll never forget this weekend.
Yes, sir.
These memories are gonna last a lifetime.
Hmm?
Oh, shit.
Am I gonna have to shoot anything?
It's a hunting trip, Dawn. Shooting is strongly encouraged.
What?
Perfect.
It's gonna rain the whole weekend, isn't it?
Interesting.
Please just take the damn picture.
Well, picture
Hey.
much.
Language.
Odin Finch Trail map? Is that what we're trying to do here?
Do you want to get a picture of me or what?
Where are you? Oh, here you are.
I will never forget this weekend, Dad.
Okay, got it.
I'm gonna take some pictures, okay?
Just be careful. That camera's older than you are.
So this is Dawn, huh? Isn't Dawn the mom?
Hey!
That's a keeper.
Definitely should not have drunk all that coffee. I'm just saying, I'm not always gonna be here, Dawn. You'll need to remember this stuff, if you want to survive.
I'll be fine, Dad.
You know who else thought he was gonna be fine?
Some guy who died.
Dawn, I'm being serious.
I know, Dad. You're always serious. Doesn't being out here make you want to chill out?
Well, to tell you the truth, I haven't been out here in 20 years.
See where he is. There he is.
Last time I was with my brother Calvin. Dawn, don't you think you could find something more interesting to photograph?
I think I'm gonna let him talk now. I just want to hear what he says.
Your grandpa Sven taught us how to fish, how to build a fire.
Probably a bird I can take a picture of or something.
We found an old logging trail. There were deer everywhere.
Maybe I gotta take another picture of him, I don't know.
I bet if I could remember where that trail was, we'd spot a buck for you in no time.
Huh.
Dad!
Good eyes, Dawn.
And we saw a deer right as we walked in. Oh. You think that was her mom?
Before you take the shot, let me get a picture of you.
Dad, I...
Just... Let me get behind you.
do I have to do this?
Dawn, you don't have to do anything. But if you want to survive, you'll need to be strong. Now keep yourself squared up, elbows down, like we practiced, whenever you're ready. Great shot, Dawn! I'm proud of you, Dawn. Always remember that, okay?
I didn't realize I had to.
Sorry, Dawn. Just gotta reset the timer.
Jesus.
Dad, it's twitching. I think
That's
it's
totally normal, Dawn. Just focus on the camera. Try not to think about.
Dad!
Of all these stories, that's the one I wish most that my mom had told me.
Holy shit. interesting now. Now I'm really trying to think back to that deer, like. Okay, that seems like the next place to go. Let's take a look around his little room here, though.
Instead of hiding from death, Sam seemed to go out of his way to meet it.
It's a kitty. Anything over here? K? Who's K? Can I go through here if I wanted to? No. Well, let's go try to... I don't know, see what's going on in here.
After Sam died, my mom and Edie got really close. They'd both lost a lot.
Greg only lived like a year, right?
Dear Kay, do you remember the way Gregory used to laugh when he thought he was alone? Like something funny was happening, but only he could see it. I think he saw things the rest of us don't.
Over, Gregory. It's time to... Hold on, sweetie.
Tell me this kid's got magical powers?
Hello?
He reminded me so much of Calvin.
Gregory?
I know you did everything you could. Maybe if I hadn't called that night.
Damn it. Hold on, I don't want Gregory to hear this.
What? Oh no. You tell me the kid drowned.
I wish you could have told. I'm sure he's happy. And he'd want you to be happy too. Good luck, Kay. Love, Sam.
Divorce contract. This game's rough, man.
I can't imagine my mom ever writing poetry, and yet
Yet there's Gus. Let's take a peek here.
A poem for Gus, who always said the wedding was a bad idea. Our father never hit us kids, at least not very hard, before the day my brother said with teenage disregard that he'd be dead before he'd see a wedding in our yard.
This is cool.
My father made him come, of course, but Gus stood far apart, just flew his kite and bottled up the storm inside his heart.
This is so cool. I have to like undo
Tried
it.
to talk him out of it, but though he'd never met her, we don't need a stepmom, were the words that
I now pronounce you husband and wife. You may kiss the bride.
Well, where's the next poem here, huh?
When the time for photos came, Dad ordered him to come here. But Gus declined and as a sign held up his middle finger. The wind picked up and panicked geese appeared and quickly went. But all the humans did that day was go inside the tent.
This is so creative. I love the storytelling in this game. Like the way that they just spin everything together. The way that they come up with different ideas to portray the narration. It's so good.
The rain came down in buckets then, but no one seemed afraid that nature might destroy the tent our dad had crudely made. The thunder sounded much too close and full of angry power. But all my father said to this was, "Make the music louder."
Oh shit. Oh no.
I wish that I could truly say I thought about you on that day. Out there on the beach alone, just you, the wind, the sea, and foam. But I didn't. Until we found you.
she never talked about him, but Mom told me once if I was a boy, they were going to name me Gus.
When do you quit this game, man? I don't know. You can't just stop. Duties, Dawn, sweep trash, Gus, mop, mow the yard, Greg, be a baby. Climbing wall? Oh no.
My mom moved up to the loft after her brothers died. At the time, it was as far away as she could get.
Let's see what we got up here, huh? And there's about to be quite a bit of learning on some really interesting characters here, be it the mom or be it Edie.
She spent a summer building houses in Calcutta, where she met my dad, Sanjay.
Interesting, okay. Fly to India. I was wondering where Sanjay came from. Because look at, there is Dawn. Sanjay's on here somewhere. Yeah, over there. So that's what the leaves are, right? Those are the people that are married into the family. So Kay must have been with Walter and Sanjay's with Dawn and Sven was with Edie. Makes more sense now. Do you have a leaf?
My mom moved to India a week after graduation and got a job teaching English. Louis was born a year later.
Keep going here.
When my dad died, I don't think Mom knew where else to go. I'm sure Edie was happy to have her back. And to see kids in the house again. The house had to get a little bigger, but Edie was used to that. And for a while, things were good. Almost normal.
You know, half the time I just don't have anything to say in this game.
But it didn't last.
It's because it's so devastating. So much of it is. Like they have to...
The beginning of the end was Milton's 10th birthday, when Edie gave him a castle.
Like it makes it a little lighthearted sometimes, but really, the overwhelming theme is it's just devastating. Let's take a peek inside of this first. You might say something if I look inside here.
After Milton disappeared, the only thing he left behind was a room full of paintings.
Let's see what we got here, man.
Milton Finch in The Magic Paintbrush.
Is it a flip book? This game's so good.
I was 4 when Milton disappeared.
Let's go.
Mom spent months searching for my brother. Then she sealed the doors.
Those footprints, though. Man, death makes me sad.
Whatever Milton had found in the house, Mom didn't want it getting out.
Take a peek around here. Mom didn't want it getting out, huh? Let's go up, I guess.
Mom definitely blamed Edie, but I think Lewis blamed himself. After he graduated, he just spent more and more time in his room. Until Mom got him a job at the cannery.
And that's where all the cans came from, right? The beginning of the game.
Everyone always told me to stay out of Lewis's room. Except Lewis.
Okay. Okay. Let's go see what Lewis is all about here. Is this house a boat? Or his room, I should say. Kind of looks like a boat. Doing the weeds.
Lewis's room smelled very, very familiar. That part of him lived on.
Dear Mrs. Finch, as Lewis's psychiatrist, I can understand your desire for an explanation. As I see it, the trouble began in January, shortly after we convinced your son to seek treatment for substance abuse.
Whoa!
Newly sober, I believe Lewis first noticed the monotony of his daily life.
How do I move the fish? There it is. Oh!
He kept working at the cannery. But he withdrew part of himself.
I hated jobs like this, man.
I saw the same behavior.
That's why I did YouTube, or decided to do YouTube, just like the monotony. Going to work every day.
His mind began to wander.
Oh, whoa, look at this.
I asked him to describe it. He
So
said he started small.
I'm using my two controllers. I'm using my left stick to move him around and my right stick to like kill fish.
Imagining a labyrinth. He'd feel his way about. Then something moved. Bats. And toads.
What is the psychiatrist on about? Trying to get these stupid fish out of the way, man.
And things that have not names. He knew it was all in his head.
Oh, whoa, look at that. So by killing the fish, I opened it up?
Very seriously.
This is so interesting.
I had hoped he'd find himself. But he found something more.
Look at this
I worried
game.
about him then.
So good.
Daydreaming at the cannery. I spoke with his boss. But he said Lewis had become a model employee. Methodical, tireless, focused.
I hate that guillotine so bad. Oh my
Like a
god.
whole new Lewis. So I let him go on. I even encouraged him.
Like he's gonna lose his hand and die.
It seemed very promising at first. He told me he'd made a new friend. On the edge of a city he named Lewis Topia. He built the city up slowly, brick by brick. Then he made musicians. And songs for them to play. He talked about starting a band. And he was always humming something.
What was he humming?
Every day his imagination grew stronger. He no longer spoke at the cannery.
I could be
His
way off.
chopping was as reliable as ever.
I could be way off base here, but like, didn't J.K. Rowling kind of have a job that she just like hated and it was monotonous, and then she just like kind of like went off with her imagination with Harry Potter? It's crazy what people do when they got
And one
time,
day
man.
It struck him.
Got time to just sit and wonder.
At all the cheering crowds, even the stones under his feet, were all in his imagination. So he could do whatever he wished. He held an election for mayor,
What?
and he won.
Imagine that. Nice Mario reference.
They begged him to stay, but his mind was already wandering. It became a game for him. He'd conquer a city, then immediately push on. New Louisville.
New Louisville. Louistopia and New Louisville. Okay.
St. Louis. He started drifting away from our reality.
He's gonna lose his hand so bad.
Minneapolis.
Minneapolis.
Until one day he forgot to go home from the cannery. Even as his mother pleaded with him, part of Louis kept sailing on. In Louisburg, he heard rumors of a
Beautiful prince or handsome queen? I'm going Queenie.
handsome queen. The queen was on her own quest for
Radiant rainbows, obviously. Well,
radiant rainbows.
choose your own adventure game. Hey, I found him! Oh god, I killed the rainbow. My bad.
He followed the sound of her
Let's try this one, her electric sitar.
electric sitar. His chase led him to a golden palace east of the sun and west of the moon. Even then, his logic remained sound.
I can't see anymore. It's taking over everything. I'm gonna chop my hand off, man. It's over.
He knew the world was all in his imagination.
This game is so great. And there's like so many different games in one, too.
But he was so proud of having created it.
Yeah, your fish.
In his own eyes, he'd become something greater than a king. For someone who'd never known success in the real world, I think it was overwhelming. And then it struck him that the real Louis was not the one chopping salmon, but the one climbing the steps of a golden palace. My imagination is as real as my body, he told me. It was hard to argue with him.
Hey, it's Nintendo Switch. Whoa.
He began to forget the world we know.
You had to just
I
chopping
think
fish
it pained him to remember Lewis, the cannery worker.
for 8 hours a day. Screw everything about that life, man.
He began to despise the man with a royal contempt. I still thought I could save him. Even after he said he was being crowned king over all the lands of wonder. The palace would be packed with his companions. Including the wise Calico who'd insisted on advising him.
This is the saddest story out of all of them, man.
His queen waited, holding his crown. There was only one thing left to do. Bend down his head. And the rest I think you know. Mrs. Finch, your son was a kind man who will be missed by all of us who knew him.
Put his head underneath the guillotine, huh?
My brother was really cool. I wish you could have met him.
Looks like we have Odin, Edie, and Dawn. Left to go here. Maybe Sanjay, I don't know. That'd be connected to Dawn's story, though. That was the saddest story out of every single one that we've done so far. Even Gregory. Even Calvin. Maybe it just resonates with me, I don't know. Wow. It's like he just hated his own life to the point so much that he just killed himself. And he was so much happier in his own mind. People tried to snap him out of it. Maybe he was better off in there. I don't know. I'll see you guys in what I'm guessing is going to be the ending of Edith Finch. Bye-bye.